Good morning. I love Monday morning. April Fools. Seriously. Here we are again.
Let's do it one more time. How about we're coming up on a year.
I know. Next Tuesday.
It's our 1 year anniversary.
Yes.
And they said it wouldn't last.
They said you wouldn't last.
No, they were right. And now we're even color coordinating by accident.
Look at that,
I know, sometimes that happens.
So awesome. How's the weekend, my friend?
Oh, Alex, our cameraman, even color coordinated.
Oh, look it. We're all into the wine. Alex has a little wine skin around his neck right now.
My weekend was lovely. How was yours? Cold,
but
caramba. Lovely.
Yeah, we had a little party on Friday night, and then did some errands on Saturday night and froze our tuchuses off, and then did some house cleaning and got ready for the week. And
I watched Keith build a whole bunch of stuff for the show.
Awesome.
He built a house.
I hope you had a nice drink with an umbrella in it.
No, I just sat there with my feet up, listening to the music and watching him do all the work.
Awesome. How's rehearsal going?
Oh. Well, we're 3 weeks away, so we managed to run Act 1 last night, which is pretty good for 3 weeks away. But now it's starting to get to the point where I got to start getting picky about things. So
now you have to start being the director.
Now I'm the mean director. Anyway, no, it's coming along well. It's going to be an amazing show. The special effects and the sets are phenomenal. Vocals are amazing, great performances. I love it. It's such a feel-good show.
So
Shrek, April 24th. Get your tickets now.
Get your tickets now.
Also, International Fun at Work Day.
Oh!
Yeah.
That's what we're here for.
That's what we're doing right now.
Fun at work. Fun.
Fun.
Fun every day.
And it's also International Tatting Day.
Tatting?
Yeah. Lace making.
Lace? Like doilies?
Lace doesn't just happen.
Well, no, I didn't know. I didn't think it was born in the Cabbage Patch or anything. But you mean like lace as in doilies?
Yeah, like that. That's
tatting.
Yeah.
That is a dying art.
And there's a reason why.
Because they go yellow, and then you got... You know what, though? I like them, but I hate them.
Well, I just think, there's a time and a place, and I guess the time would be 1812, and the place would be in my grandmother's couch. But...
Well, you know what? That's a thing. In my mind, it's another thing that you have to clean, for one thing. It's a dust collector, right? You pick up the lamp now, and you just wipe under there, and you're good to go.
I guess it's
Well,
an art.
before you had to do the lamp, and then you had to take that stinky doily off, and then you're moving the doily, and then the dust is flying everywhere in the air, and then so you dust, and then it settles back down from that stinky doily, and you put the doily down, and now there's still a big
What were doilies for anyway? Coasters?
They were decorative.
Just decorative? They didn't absorb sweat head from you on a couch?
I don't know.
Neither do I.
I didn't ever see any on a couch.
On the backs of couches, people would put lace thing. No, when you sit down and your head would go.
We had plastic, honey. Espanola. We had that.
Hey, can you imagine? This is for 2019. Yeah, right.
Yes, good.
2001. On this date, kind of funny that's April Fool's, in 2001, Netherlands became the first country to make same-sex marriage legal. 2001, it was that short a time ago.
Oh my word, that feels like yesterday, no?
I know, 2001.
Man, we got some work to do.
I know, I remember emceeing at my nephew Ryan's wedding, and at one point he was laughing, and he came up to me and said, "You're doing a great job, Uncle Tim." He said, "How come you never emceed at weddings before? You're really good at this." I said, "We were never allowed." My friends
attending, no MCing.
No, my friends weren't allowed to get married, so we didn't have weddings. I never went to weddings.
Did you ever have a perhaps non-official wedding? I know a couple of couples who had like an actual ceremony. I forget what it's called. But that's sort of wedding-like, No,
the only one that I had was when I turned 40 years old, and it was a surprise birthday party, and my friend Allison had decided, we'd sort of made a pact that if we were both single at 40, we'd just say, to heck with it and marry each other.
Oh, awesome.
So I turned 40, and my sister came to get me and said, we're going out to the Route for dinner, to Barsantes, to Root River. And so we went out, and we walked in, and there were about 70 people there for my birthday. Aww. And they were all dressed in their tackiest wedding attire. Some of them are wearing bridesmaid dresses that they'd worn.
Oh,
Some of them are
no.
wearing their wedding gowns with their backs all coming out of the back of them.
That's funny.
We had a friend that dressed as a minister, and he performed the ceremony. Allison wrote vows.
Oh, lovely.
She wore fishnet stockings and a wedding gown pulled all the way up to her hoochie. And a thong. And by the end of the night, she was on the bar singing with her legs in the air.
Her, she would.
And that was my wedding.
Excellent.
It was called my big fat gay wedding.
So was it consummated?
No, we had consommé though. That was the first course.
And creme brulee.
Yes.
Consommé.
No, did not. So yeah, there you go. It's only 18 years ago. The first
whiz, man.
I know. We've come a long way in 18 years though.
Well, yeah, we have, but still.
On the other hand, in Brunei, as of April the 3rd, like the Southeast Asian country, Brunei?
Yes.
As of April the 3rd, the Sultan of Brunei, Hassan al-Bolkiah, who's worth $20 billion, by the way, is instituting Sharia law. And they will be stoning to death people who are LGBTQ. If you have practiced gay sex, or if you are an adulteress or an adulterer, you'll be stoned to death in Brunei.
Okay. Off the list of places to go to.
Yeah. So George Clooney has come forward and said the Brunei government owns a number of hotels. The Dorchester Collection of Luxury Hotels. It's a chain that the Ministry of Finance in Brunei, they actually own the hotel chain.
Wow.
That includes
the Dorchester?
The Dorchester Collection. And that includes the Beverly Hills Hotel and the Bel Air Hotel in Hollywood. So George Clooney is saying we boycott.
Don't stay there.
All of Hollywood is going to boycott.
Way to go, George.
And there's 7 other hotels in Europe that are owned by the Brunei Ministry of Finance. And so George Clooney is calling for a boycott as long as they're going to kill people because of being homosexual or bisexual or trans. And also if you cheat.
If you're an adulterer.
If you're an adulterer or an adulteress, they will kill you.
When they stone someone,
yes,
do they stone them until they're dead, or is there like a time limit?
I don't know.
No.
I shouldn't have even.
No, but
the way you asked that question was.
I didn't mean like, go. I didn't mean that. I meant.
You can only stone someone for so long, and then if they're not dead, then you have to stop. No, I think it's stoned to death is the whole.
Oh, is it?
It is stoned.
You know what I mean? Because like if you're a bad shot.
Not stoned for 35 seconds, or you get to stone them for 15 minutes if they survive. You get to live.
Right?
No, that's not how it works.
No, it's not.
Stoned to death. It's a death sentence.
Oh my gosh.
How's he worth $20 billion?
Apparently.
$20 billion. He's the head of a country and he wants to kill people. Oh well.
And you know what? It'll happen. The stoning will take place, no matter what.
We haven't even gotten to, and it's also Atheist Day. For those of you who don't believe in gods who want to punish people to death, happy Atheist Day.
Happy. You're happier than a lot of other religions who fight wars based on religion and, have guilt based on religion.
And Atheist Day is interesting because it's not atheist. It's not that they just don't believe in God. They don't believe in deity.
God.
But with a capital G. They just don't believe in deities at all.
No, they don't believe in anything. They believe there's nothing. They believe that once you croak,
the universe and that the universe is.
You're having a dirt nap. That's it. Yeah, the worms are gonna and then that'll be that.
No dirt naps on this Monday. We have a very busy show. We've got great guests coming up for you, and a wonderful United Way fundraising effort that's going on. We'll talk to you about that. Plus, Luann has the news on Mornings with Luann and Tim.
back to Mornings with Luann and Tim, and right now I am joined via Skype by Harpdog Brown. Harpdog Brown is a Juno nominee. He's a multiple Maple Blues Award winner for Harmonica Player of the Year. He's a Fraser Valley Music Award winner for and has 3 consecutive Western Canada Music Award nominations. Holy smokes! And you're the only Canadian to receive the coveted Muddy Award. Is that named after Muddy Waters?
Sure is.
Congratulations on all of those awards. Obviously, you're having a great career. You've been playing harmonica how many years now?
Well, let's see. I was about 18, so about coming up to 40 years now.
Wow.
40 years? That's no, 30. Hold on. Let me do my math. You got me like, it's not even noon yet. You got me doing math?
And I'm making you do math.
Okay. I was born in 1962. I bet my first note in about 1980, so I was 18.
You were 18.
So that's about 31 years ago.
We're the same age, you and I. We're both born in 62.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Cool.
You were born in Edmonton?
Yes, I was. Yeah.
And so tell me a little bit about your childhood and how that affected you and your love of music or your passion for music.
Well, you know, I was born to a 15-year-old Catholic girl in a convent.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm like an unwanted mistake. I was instantly fostered and then adopted about at the age of 6 months or so. So, you know, and my adopted mother, very musical, and, you know, so it was music around the house, you know, and she used to put the lap steel guitar, or like she called it a Hawaiian guitar, because it was like slap tune, and you know you'd hold a slide, and she put a little thumb pick on me, and you know when I was 5 years old, she just kind of keep me occupied with the guitar on the couch while she was doing things that housewives did back in 1967.
Yeah.
You know, so, but nobody really ever in my adopted family, they were not exactly risk takers, and they did not persuade me to choose music as a career. They just, you know, my mother persuaded me to, you know, be musical, you know, and I persuade everybody that, but it really does truly take a certain kind of character flaw, if you will, to make a life of music. You know, I mean, a touring artist, you know, there's lots of ways to make a life in music. You can be a studio artist and never leave your town. But honestly, I got in the music business primarily to travel. It really wasn't about the music as much as about people and about travel. And I guess maybe, you know, I'm 57 now, just turned, you know, on the 28th of January. And, you know, I guess looking back, I can sort of see how certain things affected me. One being never really feeling like I was connected to any place or anybody or anything. That could be because, you know, the way I came into this world, I was, you know, they didn't even let the mothers hold the babies back then, right? There was no science on, you know, any kind of development, early development. It was like, baby, what baby? You know, the day I was born. So the result of that is that I kind of feel connected to everybody, but sort of disconnected from everybody, you know. So, and I was a wanderer, you know. I was always kind of wandering off, and not just, you know, a couple doors down. I'm talking like blocks away, you know. I was a problem for my mother who raised me because, you know, she was worried, you know, because where's my son? And you know, I'm 2.5 blocks away, knocking on some door because I saw a cat in the window or something, you know. So I had that wanderlust as a child, and you know, I guess if I would have had, you know, a little more, you know, backbone to take a risk at a young age, I probably would have joined the circus.
Yeah, I love, there's a quote from you, actually. You're a bit of a musical vagabond. It says, "The blues tapped me on the shoulder years ago and said, 'This is where you belong, son.'" Oh. And so the blues became my circus, and there's no better way to travel than with a band. I love that quote. Fantastic.
Well,
And you're not so guitar player, harmonica player, singer. Your vocals are fantastic. I mean, your voice is so great for the blues. Your voice sounds well traveled too, by the way.
Look at my face; it's also well traveled.
And you're going to be teaming up with our friend Rusty McCarthy here in the Sioux. You've known Rusty now for a while, and Johnny Tibbles from the Sioux Blues Society is very responsible for bringing you back to Sault Ste. Marie again.
Oh yeah, I mean, I blame everything on Johnny. All the good that came out of Sioux is because of Johnny Tibbles. I love that guy. There's a risk taker. I love that. But yeah, Rusty and I, we've had our moments of opportunities, and every time we get that opportunity, we seem to both collectively lay right, if you will, so we can make things happen. And I'm looking forward to seeing him again. I haven't seen him in years, because
it's been that long, eh?
Town a lot, in and out, and on to the next. A lot of times I play Thunder Bay the day before and Sault Ste. Marie the next day. And I'd have to leave out of the gig so I can wake up in the town I'm playing in instead of like waking up and driving 8 hours to the job site,
Right.
And there was a lot of times I would actually, because the way, from west to east, and then east to west, I'd hit you guys coming and going, I'd be down, it'd be like 3 weeks since the last time I came in. And now 3 weeks later, I'm going back out, and I'd stop in and do something on the way out. Why? Because I love you guys, and it's all about the love after all, right?
It is, and this is a really cool trip for people in the Sioux also, because Johnny's got you hooked up with Thomas Wall's School of Music, where you're going to be conducting a harmonica workshop. This is obviously something that you do semi-regularly, but you also do one-on-ones. You talked about doing one-on-ones via Facebook. I mean, it's amazing, isn't it, now with the media, how you can connect with people and give these kinds of lessons. It's fantastic. But you're going to be here live in person. It's already sold out, so congratulations. Is this what you started playing the harmonica? You said at 18. So you've obviously been playing guitar and singing before the harmonica. How did you come onto the harmonica? Did you have a mentor?
No, sadly I didn't. I think I always liked the harmonica, but it was the most difficult instrument, and nobody taught it.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about that. Talk a little bit about how the harmonica is unique and because it is difficult to play.
Sorry, I was talking and you were talking and didn't.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. We had a conversation before we went to air about the harmonica and what it is about the harmonica that's unique, and also what it is about the harmonica that makes it a tricky instrument to play. Can you tell me a little bit about that again, about the harp and how it is unique and a little tricky?
Okay, well, ultimately the fact is that most everything that happens, in the harmonica is internal. It's inside the throat cavity. It's it starts with the lips and the tongue and the air and the throat cavity and all that stuff. Really, so there's so many variables that make the harmonica speak, if you will.
Right.
It's when you watch a harmonica player as opposed to watching a piano player, you can't really tell what's going on. It looks like he's eating a ham sandwich, but
hey, isn't the nickname for the harmonica a tin sandwich?
Well, that's one of the many nicknames of the harmonica. Yeah, tin sandwich.
But it's true, you don't see the mechanics of what's going on. And you also mentioned it's the only instrument that you breathe into.
Well, the only wind instrument, yes, and I guess technically the only instrument that requires the breath of air. But we got a lot of wind instruments. There's woodwinds, there's brass.
But you're blowing on those.
They're all exhale only.
Yeah.
Blow. And the harmonica is a breathing instrument. So you breathe in and you breathe out.
And it changes
and you get
the sound.
On both things. So yeah. It's also, I think, one of the most healthier instruments to play and to learn to play, whether you do it for a living or just do it for your own health. It's good to learn how to breathe deep, and that's an instrument that teaches you how to breathe deep.
My grandmother played the harmonica. She played Turkey in the Straw better than anybody I know.
There you go. Right on. Now, most people have grandpas that had, at least one harmonica in their chest of drawers.
Right.
But
hey, how many do you own? Do you even know?
Yeah, I own a lot of harmonicas. They see a harmonica doesn't exactly. You don't buy one for the rest of your life, like a set of drums. And of course, even a set of drums, you end up having to replace the skins, and you also go through sticks when you're a drummer, right? But the shells, you don't replace them unless you get tired of them and you buy another drum kit. But harmonicas are they're well, up until a little while ago, they were pretty well disposable. When one hole, one note, one reed went flat, you'd toss it aside because, well, frankly, there was nobody really that you could tune it. It's a fixed tuned instrument, so when you get it, it's tuned. It's already tuned when it's built and it's mailed off to the stores, and then when we buy it, they're tuned. Now, so one reed would go flat, and then the whole harp is pretty well garbage. So, I used to have a bag, like I'm talking a big gunny sack full of disposed of harmonicas.
Well, do different harmonicas give different tones, do you find? Is that one of the reasons why you'd change them up or something, or what?
They're all in different keys.
Oh, okay.
So there's many different types of harmonicas, Timothy. But there's like the orchestral harmonicas, the folk harmonicas. There's the chromatic harmonicas. There's a bass harmonica. There's treble harmonicas. Wow. There's this year is the Chromatica 64. This one is got like a gate on it, the button here. So it's got 64 notes. This is chromatic. This is the same thing as a piano.
Okay.
It's got 4 octaves. Now, the diatonic harmonicas, I don't think I have one handy here. I'm staying out here in Ladner with my accountant, actually. And I'm on the road a lot. I live out of a suitcase most of my life.
Yeah, you've made it as a musician when you have to have an accountant.
Oh, are you kidding? Yeah.
Hey, you have the nickname. You've been called a blues evangelist. What's that about?
Blues is truth. I'm speaking the truth, and I guess if there was going to be a religion, the only religion I buy into is blues.
We're glad you're coming back, and we hope that people will check you out at the Water Tower with Rusty McCarthy. No admission at the pub, which is great, no cover. Here you are. We get a chance to see a world-renowned blues harmonica, guitar, vocalist, and we don't even have to pay to see you. Isn't that pretty wild? So, and we get to see our buddy Rusty McCarthy. So I want to thank you for being with us today. I'm also really glad that the blues tapped you on the shoulder, Harpdog Brown. And thanks for your time today.
I'd probably be in jail.
We'll see you in the stew on Wednesday.
If I hadn't found a life in blues, I would have been probably in jail by now. It's just
all right. Thanks for your time, Harpdog.
Restless soul,
Thanks for your time, and we'll see you on Wednesday.
Thank you for your time, Timothy. I look forward to meeting you face to face.
All right, right on. We'll be there. Bye-bye.
It was a big night last night for Letterkenny.
Really?
Yes, at the Canadian Screen Awards.
Awesome.
Jared Kiso. He's one of the creators of Letterkenny, and he plays the lead role.
Right.
Well, one of the stars. He won Best Actor in a Comedy Series.
Terrific! Congratulations!
Congratulations,
That's so awesome.
Jared. Keith must be so happy. I don't know if Keith, we didn't watch it because we were in rehearsal. Keith, guess what else? Jared and Jacob both won for comedy writing for Letterkenny.
Wow, that's huge.
It is so. And another person that Keith works with, Kim Coates from Bad Blood,
yes.
Best Actor in a Drama Series.
Wow, you're hanging out with good people.
You are, Keith.
Except for him.
Yeah, and Cardinal and Anne with an E took 7 awards each.
I heard Anne with an E.
Oh,
what's it about?
Anne of Green Gables.
Oh, it is?
Yes, and it's delightful.
Is it?
Oh, the acting is superlative.
Superlative.
Superlative. They didn't win any acting awards.
Sorry, that's a movie, not a documentary.
It's a series.
A series.
Anne with an E is a series, and they won for Best Dramatic Series.
Good for them.
They did, and Schitt's Creek won for Best Comedy Series.
And they're done. Right?
Next year will be their final year.
Next season is
Sixth season is their final season. Catherine O'Hara.
Oh my gosh.
Best actress in a comedy series. That's 3 in a row for her
The
for Schitt's Creek.
queen of comedy in Canada.
Yep.
Seriously.
And my buddy Scott Thompson. Kids in the Hall.
Oh yes. Oh my. That's reaching back.
They won the Icon Award. And
awesome.
their acceptance was one of the funniest things I've seen.
Really?
Well, they came out on stage and they announced them one by one. You know, here they are. And then all of a sudden, then they say, McDonald, I forget his name. Anyway, out comes this lady on a scooter. And they just carried on as though this were the guy, McDonald. And then while she's up accepting her award going, I'm crushing your head,
Yeah,
I'm crushing your head,
right.
Ken. This little old lady, I'm crushing your head, their phone rings and it's the real guy saying, hi, I just discovered improv and I'm teaching a class. Sorry, I can't be there. Did we win an award?
Oh my gosh.
So it was very clever.
That sounds funny.
It was funny. So
I hear Jan Arden did a great number at the piano with someone too.
Oh,
I just
didn't
read that
see.
quickly on Twitter. Yeah, if you want to check it out, try and find it because apparently it was hilarious.
She has a TV show.
She has a TV show.
Have you seen it yet?
No.
It debuted on CTV. I think they've had 2 episodes there. I've been trying to get to it.
I've seen her promos, which are just hilarious.
Well, she used to do a lot of stuff with.
She in one of the promos she auditions for the role of Jan Arden. And then they go, okay, thank you. You know how they're dismissed. Okay, thank you. And then she says, okay, you guys know I'm Jan from Jan Arden. You guys know that, right? Yeah, she is, and I just read a tweet about that she put up yesterday with regards to her mom. Her mom recently passed away, and she writes so eloquently, and she talked about how the spring flowers. And the spring flowers will be coming up at her mother's house, and I'm going to go over there and dig them up because they don't know that nobody will be there to water them. Oh yeah, she's very powerful.
She tweeted a lot about her mother's dementia.
She did.
She was a real real ally and advocate for people who are going through what she's going through, and her mother passed.
Yes.
Yeah. But anyway, she's naturally funny. If you haven't seen her.
Oh my gosh.
She did a lot of stuff with Rick Mercer. The two of them together were hysterical.
And by the way, she can sing like a beast.
No kidding. Hey, you have the news coming up, right?
Yes, I do.
And then I have an interview with Ryan Mitchell from Ram Fitness about this fundraiser, Pedals for Possibilities for United Way. All that and more coming up on Mornings
with Lou Ann and Tim. Some very sad news, unfortunately, to report this morning in the rapping world. 33 years old, Nipsey Hussle, Grammy Award-winning rapper, was shot and killed outside his clothing store. He owns a clothing store.
Marathon Clothing, I think it's called?
Yes, and 3 other people were shot. 2 are still in hospital. So, yeah.
Gang-related?
Everything. Well, it sounds to me like it was very focused.
He apparently, when he was about 16 or so, he had a rough life growing up, and he was involved with the Crips, which is a gang, when he was a teen. So I don't know whether that affiliation carried on, whether there's some bad blood or whatever.
Yeah, that's a shame. What a loss.
33, man.
Can you imagine?
No.
And you know what? He tweeted just several hours before the shooting, having strong enemies is a blessing.
I don't think so.
I'm wondering if he received threats prior to. Right?
I know what it sounds like.
Yikes.
Trouble for Trump.
Aw.
A federal judge has ruled that he overreached when he issued the executive order saying he's going to open up oil drilling in the Alaskan Ocean, or the Arctic Ocean and the Atlantic Ocean. So
Trump overreached?
Yeah. So there was an Obama era ruling, right? That they took those areas, no more drilling, and then Trump said, no, oil, and we want to be the world power. So he tried to open up the oceans again, and a judge said, you can't do that. A president can withdraw areas of the ocean from oil leasing, but it can't unwithdraw them. That can only be done
Thank
as an act
goodness.
of Congress, and I don't think Congress will support
He'd
that.
be popping holes all over the ocean floor.
He had
Imagine.
30 billion barrels of oil he was planning on taking out of those oceans to sell, or that's what was available, I guess. But the judge has said, no, environment matters. Slap your hand, Trump. You want it done, the government has to do it, not just you.
Speaking of environment and all of that, carbon tax starts full-fledged today. Man, the gas prices all over Twitter.
Okay,
politicians of every stripe yesterday at the pump, just filling up for the last time at a reasonable price. Carbon tax today, it's going to go up. It's going to go crazy.
If they would regulate the price of gasoline, I don't care about the carbon tax. I'll pay 4.5 cents extra a liter. I'm driving a car. I'm polluting. It's the price you pay.
I agree.
That's why the tax is there, to try to encourage you not to use gas, not to drive
Buy
your
an
car.
electric car.
Why do you think they tax cigarettes and alcohol? It's not good for us. Driving cars isn't good for us.
So Tim's going to start walking to
No,
work.
I'm going to pay the 4.5 cents and not complain because I am doing things that aren't good for the environment and I got to pay the price for it. That's what it's all about.
I kind of feel the exact same way about gas prices and stuff. People
Okay, that
ask
hurts
all
my
the-
feelings.
Like that's like that's
$1.55.9.
okay. That's just hateful. That's in BC, Burnaby, BC.
But
That's hateful.
that's
mean.
The
That's
problem
cruel.
is that we're all paying different prices for the gas depending on where we live because
there
they're
should be a
charging
base
us for
price
the transportation.
gas, right?
Yes.
I mean, and you know what? The prices go up in the middle of July. Just prior, so happens to a long weekend in July. The gas that's been in the tanks under the
They
pumps,
bought it for that price
it's
before.
been there for a year. So why all of a sudden now is it more expensive? It's not. They're ripping you off.
We got fired up right in here.
Apparently.
But see, no, it's true.
Yeah, it
Regulate
is.
the gas prices, I'll pay the tax.
Yes.
It's the gas prices that tick me off.
Yeah, and you know what? Make electric cars more affordable.
There you are, now.
Right?
Even the hybrids.
Oh my
That's
word!
crazy.
Yeah, but seriously, that's the way. That's the way to
So
do
they
it.
should take the carbon taxes and then they should give them to people to buy cars with their. If you're going to buy a car, you should get a rebate on your.
Yes. Let's
That's
do
a good
that.
idea.
If you buy
I should be a
an
politician.
electric car, oh gosh, we're in trouble, people. Vote no. Who's coming up with you?
Ryan Mitchell.
Awesome.
And Ryan owns Ram Cycling and Fitness. Fitness and Cycling? I think I got it backwards, but he'll straighten me out. And he's a great guy talking about United Way and a fundraiser we're doing, so we'll be right back in a minute. Welcome back to Mornings with Luann and Tim. This is Ryan Mitchell. Ryan.
Hi, Tim.
Welcome to ONNtv and Mornings with Luann and Tim. Hey, there you
Thanks,
are.
Sam.
With
Yep.
Sunny Spina.
Yeah,
So that was last year.
that was last year's Pedals for Possibility event.
Okay, so Pedals for Possibilities. I just interviewed the five firefighters?
Yep.
There's the chief, right?
Chief, yeah.
And then there's 4 other guys, and they're going to be pedaling for the United Way.
Yes.
To raise money, and it's mostly about breaking for anti-poverty, right?
Yep.
That's the whole goal here.
Yeah.
Is to and the
it's all-
money is going to help out.
Yeah, it's all going to stay local in the Sioux as well.
All the
so-
money we raise stays local.
Yep.
So this was last year, and Sonny was involved.
Yep.
So Sonny is with the police force. This year we're going with firefighters.
Firefighters, yeah. So they're doing the ride and
I think at this point we're probably putting the paramedics on notice, the EMT guys. You could be next year.
yeah, I think that's the plan. So.
Yeah. EMS. Yeah. What is it? Emergency
EMS.
Medical Services. Yeah, that's it. Anyway, hi.
So,
Firefighters are going to be riding around to the local schools to pick up donations that the kids are doing with different. They're putting on different events in their schools.
Yes, different
raise
events to
money?
raise money and stuff. So they have a certain route around the city to hit different schools, and then in the district as well.
Yeah, because they're covering 911 kilometers between the 5 of them.
Yes.
So the whole thing is 911. So it's 911 kilometers, and they want to raise $91,100.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's their goal. So.
And so they're going to be pedaling to schools in Wawa, Elliott Lake, right?
Yeah, all around there, and then again the Sioux locally. So.
And the Sioux locally.
Yeah.
So
how did you get involved last year? You sort of reached out to Sonny, you heard about it, or you wanted to find out?
Yeah, so someone from the studio who was helping out with that, I saw it posted on, I believe, social media, and I saw cycling first of all, so I saw that, and then I saw United Way, so I just naturally thought we could help out, right, with our cycling studio. It just kind of fit.
It all fit together.
Yeah.
And they said, yes, we'd love you to help us.
Yeah, for sure.
So you put together this Pedals for Possible. It's Ram Fitness. So Ram Fitness and Cycling, you've probably all driven by it at some point. You're right there on the corner of Northern Avenue and Grand.
Yep.
Right beside Metallo's.
Yep, Metallo's Mini Mart, or
Metallo's.
the old Prime Cuts is on the other corner.
I'm such a munchakek. I say Metallo's. It's Metallo's. And I should know this because I know the guy. Anyway, so you've been there for how many years?
Just over 5 years now.
You see the big sign, Ram. 5 years?
Yes, 5 years.
You're from the Sioux originally?
I am, yeah.
And your wife as well?
Yeah, she is.
You went away to go to school for?
Yeah, I went to Guelph and took human kinetics there, and then came back to the Sioux.
Came back to the Sioux and opened a business.
I did, yeah.
And you're doing well, 5 years.
Yeah, 5 years. I can't complain. It's going well and doing what we love.
So a lot of cycling, obviously. It's Ram Fitness and cycling. What
Yep.
about the fitness aspect? What other stuff do you offer at the studio?
Yeah, so we have our cycling classes, obviously, like you said, and then we do one-on-one personal training, and we also do like small group training, which is more no cycling involved, but more strength and conditioning.
Strength and conditioning. So you use all those fun things like the balls and the ropes and the...
Yeah, ropes, bands, balls,
and you have
free weights, all that
Did you say you
stuff.
have like 3 studios in there?
Yeah, 3 separate studios, one for each. So our cycling, then we have our personal training, and then our big group training studio as well. So.
You employ part-time how many? About...
Yeah, but there's about, I think, 8 of us, a lot of part-time instructors, and then myself.
That's great.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Now, so the thing about your studio that's really cool that you told me about was about the bikes themselves.
Yeah.
So they're stationary,
Yeah, you can see stationary but unstationary at the same time. So they actually tilt and turn and lean. So a little different than your normal bike where you're stuck in that position.
Yeah, you're not just... I would like that, so you can like lean into a corner.
Yeah,
and kind of
so it's a lot funner, but it's also a lot more beneficial as far as more muscles working, so you get a better workout.
Your core, right? Because
as well.
if you're going this way, you're using your core to for support.
Yeah. And
Isn't that clever?
So
see, I knew something.
You burn more calories and get more muscles working and stuff like that.
So the idea for the event then is last year, how long did you have to go last year?
Last year we had a 10-hour marathon.
That's long.
Yeah, but it was a team thing, right?
Oh.
So you didn't have to do the whole thing on your own. We did have 2 people who did it on their own.
Cycled for 10 hours?
Yeah.
No, thank you.
But you could do teams of 5 to 10 people for that one, and then you could do an hour at a time.
So this year it's 9 to 5.
Yep.
It's coming up this Saturday.
This Saturday.
6th at Ram.
Yep.
And so how many teams do you have registered right now?
So right now we have 8 for sure.
Excellent.
We still have 4 spots open that we're looking to fill.
Okay, so if I am watching right now and I have a business or I have coworkers or maybe a family, and I say, hey, you know what? I want to do something for United Way. I want to raise some money. The idea is to get pledges.
Pledges, yes.
What's the minimum amount of pledges before you can participate?
Well, we're asking for teams can be anywhere from 4 to 8 people.
Oh, you can have as many as 8?
Yeah, so you have a 2-hour time slot basically. So it's 8 hours total, 2 hours at a time though. So if you have a team of 4, you can do 2 hours. Each person does 2 hours.
Yeah.
Or if you have a team of 8, you can do an hour each.
Oh, so the more people you have on the team, the less cycling involved.
Yeah. You can split
up how you like.
What
if I have 16 friends? Can I do a half hour?
6 friends? 16? Oh. Yeah, if you really want, sure.
I know, but then I take up too much of your time. Because you have, you said 4 spaces left for teams.
Yeah, 4 teams left.
Okay,
4 spaces.
Okay, so now so I have 3 friends and me.
Yep.
We're gonna come in and we're gonna cycle together for 2 hours. You're gonna give me a 2-hour time slot and we're gonna get on those bikes. And who's gonna lead us?
One of our instructors. So we're gonna have a different instructor every 2 hours about.
Oh, so they're gonna motivate us and keep us going?
Motivate you, yeah, and we got good pump up music going, and our studio also has some cool lighting and stuff that we use.
Really?
So sets a good atmosphere, right?
That's
for
fun.
everything. Yeah.
Lighting and everything, all right.
So yeah, a lot of people think you just sit there and pedal, but no, time flies because it's a fun,
you're having fun.
Exciting workout.
Time flies when you're having fun. And the firefighters will be stopping by to visit, is that right? Or
yeah, well, they're gonna have a team in each hour as well.
Oh, so they're going to be pedaling right there with us?
Yeah, so there will be at least 2 of them there every hour.
Okay,
so
great.
Piece of their team for the whole thing.
How much did you raise last year?
Last year, the event raised just over $7,000 actually. So
just that one?
Yeah, just that day. So,
Ryan?
Yeah, so it went well. We were happy.
I hope you do that again.
Our goal was 6,000, so we beat that. So
that's Sault Ste. Marie, I'll tell you. We come out.
We come out and we pedal for possibilities, and there's more. This is a whole campaign, right? So yours is basically one of the first events, April the 6th.
Yep.
Then there's Ryan McFarling is donating some of his the fee for Ryan's show, his ticket prices. He's donating some of that for Ryan McFarling Illusion at the Water Tower. Nice. Pasta for Possibilities on Monday for the whole month of April at the Grand Gardens. Pancakes for Possibilities. We're going to have Jamie Hilsinger on the show to talk about that at the Water Tower Inn. Painting for Possibilities and Planting for Possibilities and Wing Night and Pedal for Possibilities. So Ryan, Mitchell, Ram, Fitness and Cycling Studio, thanks for being a great guy and doing this for the community. Thanks for joining us on the show.
Thank you for having me.
April the 6th.
April 6th, yes.
Hey, if I got a team, how do we
how do you sign up?
Yeah, how do we sign up?
Just give us a call at RAM.
Call you at RAM?
Yeah, just let us know you have a team. We'll give you the slot and you just bring your pledges in when you come.
Done, done, and done. All right, and we'll be back to say goodbye with Luann right after this. And the number for Ram Fitness is 705-575-1762.
Look at you memorizing and everything.
Thank you.
On a Monday. Now you can go home for the rest of the day.
My brain is all fired up. I'm firing on all pistons.
Oh my word, I hate when that happens. Thanks so much for watching us this morning. Please join us once again tomorrow morning.
On Mornings with Luann and Tim. Have a great Monday.